This is the creepiest story from season 3 of American Horror Stories. At first I thought it's a made-up tale about a secret method make women lose weight overnight, but after watching I realized that in real life, there really are ways to use insect eggs for weight loss. So let's dive in and experience this thrilling story together. The story starts with a black girl named Vivian. She came to New York all the way from Iowa, hoping to become a model. One day, she got an invitation from the biggest modeling agency in New York City. It was said that if she passed the interview, she'd have a shot at landing on magazine covers and becoming a supermodel. So early in the morning, Vivian arrived at the company full of hope. But as soon as she stepped in, she saw dozens of beautiful, well-dressed girls waiting for their interviews. The competition looked fierce. The agency was only going to choose 1 in 100, which made Vivian feel nervous. After taking a moment to calm herself, she walked confidently to the back of the line. The judging stares from the other girls made her uneasy, but luckily, she hit it off with a girl named Lily. Lily didn't seem to mind they were competitors. Instead, they started chatting like old friends. Maybe it was because Vivian's look was so unique. The agency broke tradition and let her go in first. When she stepped into the room, the interviewer, Miss Kim, wasted no time and told her to take a few steps.
Walk. Walk!
Vivian quickly got into the zone, striking a confident pose and doing her best personal runway walk. She really stood out. Even though Vivian's looks weren't extraordinary, Miss Kim praised her talent. But just when Vivian thought she'd made it, Miss Kim suddenly changed her tone. She said that talent wasn't the most important thing for a supermodel. Vivian didn't understand what she meant. Then Miss Kim asked her what size clothes she wore.
A 4? Oh, sweetie. A 4? You're too fat.
The question hit Vivian like a punch to the gut. Devastated, she left the building. She couldn't believe her dream of becoming a supermodel had shattered so quickly. Lily followed her outside and tried to comfort her. She told Vivian not to give up. If she could lose weight, maybe she'd have another chance. But Vivian didn't think she could slim down that fast. Lily thought for a moment, then handed Vivian a business card for a weight loss specialist. She said that's where she went to lose weight successfully. Looking at the business card in her hand, Vivian hesitated but eventually went to the weight loss clinic listed on it. When the owner heard about her situation, he quickly came up with an effective plan for her. The plan was to use a newly released fat loss injection, just 1 shot in the thigh every week, and she could slim down in just a few months. So Vivian followed the plan for 4 months. To her surprise, it actually worked. When she appeared in front of Miss Kim again, Miss Kim was thrilled with her new figure. She didn't hesitate to sign Vivian on the spot. Vivian didn't disappoint. She quickly made a name for herself in the fashion world, standing out with her unique skin tone and charm. Miss Kim was confident it wouldn't be long before Vivian became a supermodel. But unexpectedly, one day while Vivian was at the peak of her career, she suddenly felt dizzy and passed out on the spot. After an examination by Dr. Liu, it turned out Vivian had a history of scoliosis complications. If she kept using the slimming injections, it could seriously damage her heart. In severe cases, it might even cause sudden death. Dr. Liu warned her that she could never use the injections again, because the first rule of any weight loss method is to not harm your health. But Vivian, having tasted success, wasn't ready to give up. She was terrified that if she couldn't stay slim, her modeling career would be over. So she begged Dr. Liu to find her another way. She even shared the hardships she had faced on her journey. Maybe seeing her determination, Dr. Liu stayed silent for a moment, then said, "Wait here." A short while later, he returned with a delicate box. When Vivian opened it, she saw a small, wriggling creature inside. Horrified, she stared at it. Dr. Liu explained that it was a tapeworm egg, an ancient method for weight loss. It could help her lose 20 pounds in a week, but it also came with certain risks. Still, Dr. Liu reassured her that as long as she followed the instructions carefully, she wouldn't run into any problems. Once she swallowed the egg, she might start feeling hungry more often, but she had to be careful not to overeat. Just stick to a normal amount of food and she'd be fine. Dr. Liu told Vivian to think it over carefully. She held the egg and hesitated for about 2 seconds. Then she popped it into her mouth without a second thought, washed it down with the oolong tea Dr. Liu handed her, and swallowed it.
You'll be down 10 pounds in a week. I promise.
Not long after using this new weight loss method, Vivian regained her spot at the top. She even became the hottest supermodel in the company. But one day when she got home, overwhelmed by hunger, she seemed to forget Dr. Liu's advice. She downed an entire bottle of milk, polished off a whole box of pasta, and even ate some nearly moldy cantaloupe. No matter how much she ate, she didn't gain weight. She just kept getting slimmer. So she kept binge eating while shining in glamorous photo shoots. If this could go on forever, it wouldn't be so bad. But what Vivian didn't know was that her personality started to change with all that overeating.
She's hogging my light.
At first, Miss Kim didn't pay much attention, but Vivian's temper kept getting worse. She started snapping at everyone for no reason. Even when Miss Kim tried to talk to her, Vivian didn't care.
Show's over.
Don't touch me, you axe wound.
Then right in front of everyone, she grabbed some food and told Miss Kim that she had been selected by a bigger, better fashion magazine. She was shooting a cover tomorrow and wouldn't have to answer to Miss Kim anymore. She said her piece and left without looking back.
Gent magazine is for has-beens and wannabes.
When she got emotional, she grabbed Mia's beloved camera and smashed it on the floor. Mia was completely speechless. Then Vivian suddenly snapped out of it, acting like she had no idea what had just happened. But Mia had already made up her mind to move out. Vivian tried to stop her, but it didn't help. Left with no choice, Vivian confessed about swallowing the parasite egg. To Mia, it sounded like a total joke.
Tapeworm? Don't mock me, Vivian. The monster inside of you is jealousy, insecurity. You have so much right now, and I have nothing.
Oh, no, wait, come back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The next day arrived, and the now skeletal Vivian prepared for her world-class magazine cover shoot. But she was so thin that her custom outfit was now way too big. The stylist had to clip the excess fabric to make it fit. Before they even started her makeup, hunger took over, and Vivian rushed to the side to devour whatever food she could find. Her ravenous eating stunned the magazine's team. Unsurprisingly, her unflattering eating habits and unhealthy appearance cost her the job. Devastated, Vivian went back to Dr. Liu for help. When Dr. Liu heard about her overeating, she suddenly realized the situation had gotten much worse. The parasite, a tapeworm, was a simple yet powerful organism. If Vivian had stuck to a normal diet, it wouldn't have been an issue. But overeating allowed the tapeworm to grow rapidly. The larger it grew, the more energy it needed, and eventually it would completely take over Vivian's body, forcing her to consume anything edible. After hearing this, Vivian begged Dr. Liu to remove the parasite, but Dr. Liu said it was impossible. The tapeworm was now too large and had fused with Vivian's body. Vivian broke down, asking what she could do.
Get it out of me.
That's when Dr. Liu came up with an idea. She brought out a bottle of medicine specifically designed to repel tapeworms. She told Vivian that after drinking it, her stomach would react, and the tapeworm would be expelled through her digestive system. But during that brief moment, Vivian would have to pull the parasite out herself to get rid of it for good. Following Dr. Liu's instructions, Vivian went home, drank the medicine without hesitation, then sat in the bathtub and waited. After a while, her stomach started reacting violently. A small part of the tapeworm's body began to emerge. Vivian seized the moment, grabbed it, and pulled with all her strength until the entire tapeworm was finally yanked out. But even though the tapeworm was gone, her body was so weak she couldn't even move. She had become like a lamb waiting to be slaughtered. The scene shifted. Mia returned to the apartment to pack up the rest of her things. She knocked on the door for a long time but got no response from Vivian. Luckily, she had a spare key, so she unlocked the door and walked in. The first thing she saw was trash scattered everywhere. Confused, she assumed Vivian was just taking a bath, so she headed toward the bathroom. But as soon as she stepped inside, she saw something horrifying. What Mia didn't notice was the danger creeping up behind her. By the next day, a more confident model suddenly appeared in front of Kim. Kim seemed pleased and asked,
Are you hungry?
Miss Klein, I am starving.